Yes, another beautiful day, and I don't land on Adomo to bring on a matter them where they happen for inside Nigeria. If you can hear me, please kindly let me know. I need to be sure that my audio setting is okay. Welcome to Updates with Precious. Always a pleasure to bring you guys everything where they happen for inside the country. And so today there's a lot in the news, but not so much in the news. And of course, yes, Wike dominates the news today. That is the Minister of the FCT, based on some things when he don't talk and the media brief we BC he just get. And then some people will say that please is it every two market days when you're some wiki the FCT minister they get media chats? I've been at every two market days they get media chat because um from time to time you go call media chats, talk to media people and then say things. And if you don't look at the history of the media chats when you don't get since he become minister, most times the media chats they centered around in matter with the governor, similarly Fubara. And yes, another media chat don't happen again today. So we'll be looking at that media chat and the things in way in talk for inside the media chat. But let's give you all other updates that where they happen for inside the country. Good news for Nigerians, as Dangote don't talk, say Dangote refinery don't offer 10 naira refund on petrol to customers. That one, now good news. So as he be saying, don't also reduce petrol price to 825 naira per liter. Nigerians should be rejoicing over that because that one, now good news. Rivers crisis. Fubara came with two APC governors to beg me. That's what we can talk. Remember, I told you then. Say it did two people we follow when we reported that story when it happened. I've been telling you say two people did we follow go beg that Babiodo and someone else, right? I did tell you that at that time. Well, that this is like a confirmation of that news now because they don't agree saying that two governors now carry come and say incidentally saying that APC governors. In fact, he said unfortunately his words unfortunately that APC governors now carry come. But let's move on. What I told Fubara when we met the conditions for peace, you may ask, and if you hear some of the snippet of those conditions for peace, you just be wondering what is going on here. Tompolo has questions to answer. EFCC don't finally break silence over viral video of Tompolo. We'll look at that conversation today too. And then Wike don't hail Okowa defection to APC as smart move. Say this one where you defect to APC, saying a very smart move. But meanwhile, the same year so Wike was in PDP's governors meeting where they emergency meeting where they hold yesterday. They held an emergency meeting yesterday. He bombed the meeting. I don't know whether he bombed or maybe they invite him because media will carry something differently. He came to the meeting yesterday, and then you're hailing another governor as a smart move for living. Why can't PDP do? Why to make PDP no fit just handle years of Wike case? Because these are clearly anti-party statements. Very clear. Is Wike just so too mighty? We be say they no fit just do anything. Well, 2027, PDP cannot give presidential tickets to North. Wike, where are you? Are you here for here? Or you're in your neighbor, that's what you're doing. Because I don't understand why Wike is warning PDP. So I'm not going to give tickets to the North. Meaning say they not going to give article, right? But then again, whether or not they give article, it shouldn't even be your business now. You don't swear, say nothing go make well article go win the election. You don't also swear your allegiance to President Tinubu, say you go support them. Nobody go feel win them. Then why are you worried on who PDP carry as presidential candidate or who they no carry? Why is that a problem? That's what people are saying. All these things why they talk, don't be me they talk about. Now waiting people they talk, now at the Rieko. Labour Party crisis. Abure faction appeals to Tinubu to rein in on Governor Oti. So finally, Abure now don't go beg Baba Sope, but Baba beg. I beg. Let me tell. If I deal with Otio, he don't find trouble too much. You'll go and deal with him. Oh, so finally, you can now admit that somehow you've been working for APC. Is that what this means? I don't know, but we'll go look into the matter when the time reach. Moving on, IPOB declares May 30 lockdown to remember Biafra heroes. And then we'll move on earlier in the day, late yesterday night, at the time I finished my life, Fubara been talk a lot, in been give press statement, where he said he talk about things with the warrior. Not be saying a press statement. He spoke on the tribute night of tribute of K. Clark, where he talk a lot of things. And there, bear in mind, he say he don't even tire. You know, even they like say he won't go back again. Say his spirit don't leave the governorship position. And then some people can't answer him, especially Wike media aid, because whatever Wike's media aid says is indirectly Wike saying it. That if your spirit don't leave, why you no come out? Why you no come out? Or did I also tell you that Sowore again comes for Peter Obi? Sowore again comes for Peter Obi. And this time around, he also did have quite a lot to talk about Peter Obi. He said quite a lot about P2B. Well, all of this matter and more, all of this and more, now we get to bring on them, because anytime I see this matter, not be me on and news now they bring for that, and any news what I see, now my work to bring the news come on at the moment. I love you guys and I appreciate you, and welcome to the show. This evening, I would like us to jump into some issues with Burkina Faso, because today, I saw a tweet where DG Adeyanju, Showore's friend and lawyer, where a tweet where he make about Burkina Faso arresting journalists, and then um, David Hundeyin responded to him and said the same media house where he said arrest journalists, that same media house also talk about the former your president cocaine business, and drug deal. Why you no ever one day tweet about them? Why did you ever one day tweet about it? And plus, waiting people don't also respond to Sowore for this matter than we talk. But let's get digging one at a time. So let's begin with the good news, Nigerians, shall we? So Dangote petrochemical refinery has effected another reduction in the ex Jantry price of its premium motor spirit, aka fuel or petrol, as they use column. He announced and publicly saying now price at 835 naira per liter. According to confirmed source, we be saying happened on Monday, the refinery don't reduce the price to 825 naira per liter for customers through a rebate of 10 naira after successful loading of products at the refinery. Now, the sources said marketers are still paying 835 naira per liter for the product, but receive a 10 naira refund after loading and evacuating them from the refinery. That is when they buy them for 835 naira per liter, they go can't give them 10 naira refund times the number of liters. Please don't get it wrong, because they important more remember this number of liters. And then the covered price adjustment has allowed its customers and marketers to retail the product at a lower band. Some people are a band of 830 naira or 835 naira, outpricing importing marketers. That is those who they import now from NNPC, their price don't day higher where we're past Dangote one. So since this price will start with NNPC, as Dangote reduce, NNPC go reduce. Dangote reduce, NNPC go reduce. So most likely, would they look forward to seeing NNPC also reduce the price? Now we be say most people where they sell Dangote fuel, like I think Fort Oil, like MRS and all that, go they sell at 830 or 835. The last time I bought from one of them, that I think 890 or so now I buy. So I hope say maybe NNPC go press down the price, and they difficult, because if truly would they buy direct from based on the pulse of the direct market or based on direct market prices, fuel not supposed to still be very expensive, especially now where crude oil price don't come down, where we're close to about $50 per barrel. We're not supposed to still they buy fuel the amount we would they buy them, because if we did talk, so would they buy from direct market prices, as crude oil price they reduce for markets. Now, so our fuel price supposed to reduce with that same tempo. But I don't know waiting see the happen. So it can't be like say now only through Dangote now would the real get the real price. So supposed to still buy them. And I know we'll never still understand waiting they happen with the NNPC price, especially now we don't get new NNPC chairman. I don't understand. But would they hope say at the end of the day this price war where it be say the two of them they get, even though they say they need a quarrel, we hope say it will benefit Nigerians at the end of the day. So I thought to start with that good news so that we'll all get that in mind. So let's get straight to things that happened yesterday, right? So one of the things that happened yesterday, and I say Omoyele Sowore, a former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress (AAC), being don't criticize Labour Party, and in 2023 flag bearer Peter Obi, they describe him as a short rental. Say Peter Obi they like short rental. I had to carry this story because whether you like it or not, it did good not to create awareness to people, make them understand what's in the happen. And of course, I'll also take all the reaction where it be say this story don't gather, especially under him, shall retweet himself. Now I say it copies of a short rental arrangement will lack the capacity to challenge Nigeria's political status quo. Now, lack the capacity to challenge Nigeria's political status quo. Okay. I just imagine who can't get the capacity to challenge the status quo more. Now, she already talked this one on Sunday for afternoon where he say it appear as a guest for Inside the Show, where he say former media aide to I think Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, they do that show, Inside Sources for Channels Television. But he said in terms of real opposition, I don't know why anybody refers to P2P as an opposition. He is not opposed to anything the government is doing. He didn't organize his supporters to fight for the election victory he claimed he won. So because of say P2P not organized for supporters to fight for the election victory, as in saying being win them. So because of that, it not be enough opposition, because opposition suppose they out there, they constantly criticize government, then conduct marches, conduct waka, make people, protest against government. And he said nothing. He said the Peter Obi said nothing when fuel prices were increased. Peter Obi said something till today. He keeps talking about it, and I'm waiting making even talk about people who protest when fuel now 97 naira. So that is why we have to have this conversation, because yes, it did good make people they criticize people. Then we also get to also point out some of the things, the truth, the facts and non-facts for waiting the person talk. He said he hasn't done anything that an opposition figure typically does, but he's been doing. He has been constantly criticizing the government, even though saying they do that through either public statement or through a post across in social media, where he be say even the presidency, not even they take it lightly, because most times they lash at him when they do them. So how do you say this? He said he dismissed suggestions that Obi remains the most visible face of the opposition ahead of the 2027 general elections, and reiterated his long-lasting doubts about the political intent and impact of the former Anambra State governor. Now, the opposition, he said, my position in 2022 and 2023 is what is unfolding right now. That contrary to the impression created that Peter Obi was opposed to the system and capable of challenging it, he is in fact incapable of doing so. That is, say Peter Obi not capable of challenging the system. I also said that time that Labour Party is like a short rental. Why they call what they call Airbnb in America, but every political party in a short rental. I mean, political parties now, what did they call them? SPVs. It is unfortunate, and it will continue to be like that until they change our electoral system. So one way where you go fit use proof, say even your own political party not be short rental. Now when it be say you call for independent candidacy and see how many people go vote for you as an independent candidate. So when we begin getting independent candidacy, now we'll know say yes, and then we'll begin vote on people with people faces and names for inside ballot boxes, and not what did they call them, and not parties. As long as they continue to vote political parties, it is what it is. Now, short rental, now them be. That is why you see people moving from APC to PDP to this one and that one. It is what it is, and this is actually not like an insult. It's actually stating the facts, but just using that fact where it is state to insult Tinubu. To insult Peter Obi, because almost every politician at one point or the other either don't measure people where they be not agree with before, or don't support the people where they be not agree with before, or don't jump from one party to the other. Almost all the politicians today. Oh, okay, yeah, I get Sowore. That is what you are trying to change. That they like that, so you go feel jump from one place to the other because you want to change the status quo. But the problem is, how can you beat them? How can you beat them? Do you have what it takes to beat them? You get what it takes to beat them. Not beyond that they talk, say to collect power, you get to also play in the mud with them to be able to beat them. Well, let's take a listen to some of the things he had to say, and then we'll go also, counter the ones who will counter, perhaps affirm the ones who will affirm. He said when they are done with Peter Obi, they'll move the rentals somewhere else, and that is exactly what Labour Party has done now. And waiting in talk. So in talk and say Labour Party they like short rentals, and when they finish with them, they go move the rental to somewhere else. So the thing is, even if Labour Party is like a short rental, I think Peter Obi perhaps made history as somebody where in less than 1 year moved to an unknown political party, a party where no get national. I don't want to say national value, but a party where no get national stand as it be, and then fit pull 9 million votes in a corrupt system. And allegedly rigged the election. If it still gets 6 million votes, for him to fit get 6 million votes, I beg your pardon, in a corrupt system, then that means he had a lot of weight. But you wait, be say you don't date this political party now. I think you contested, was it in 2019 and then 2023 and all that? How many votes did you get? So if you two don't date the same political party, you don't stay there, and you don't do what you do, you don't try, it don't work for you. Should you not also look for other ways to also get things working? So Nigerians will continue to endure for as long as you try, and work. Then Nigeria will continue to do like that. Well, I don't know. That's what many are saying. Now, Sowore further argued that Obi's prominence in 2023 was largely the result of religious sentiments sparked by APC's Muslim ticket. Say if Obi get that Obi and if you say in gets clout, or you're making try move people, made them come out outside, make him see. He should just try and move people to even go and protest. That if he's able to gather at least 600 people, not even 6,000 people, if he's able to gather 600 people out to protest, then he will know that Peter Obi is indeed an opposition. He said all of this and more. And then it is, even though, make I even start from the tweet where he say tweets because it is good. Make him say we do things with evidence. Because he did tweet about Peter Obi when he posted, apart from the fact that he said this inside the interview, he also come for his social media on Twitter. And most times when he tweets about Peter Obi, he tag Peter Obi directly. And it's amazing that all this while when he tag Peter Obi, I don't know the kind of person Peter Obi is, because I don't understand how you never pay credence, not little attention to this person, no matter how he tag you, because he tags his handle directly most times when they make this statement. And I don't think Peter Obi has actually replied to him. Most times we say he don't tag him to most of the statements. I'm trying to load the video so that I will quickly play on that. Let's see if I can play you that. I show you his tweets where he say he talk about and where he say a point Peter Obi out. Yeah, okay. This is a response he got on his platform. So let me show you the tweet because it wasn't enough that he said this, but he had to also post it on his social media. Now, this is what he said. He said, the fake opposition, Peter Obi, not opposed to anything wrong, not opposed to fuel hike. No, but Peter Obi opposes to fuel hike. I mean, we saw this. We've seen this several times. How can you move fuel to so and so and so? And then people, he had said it too many times. Not once, not twice. I've been only my ear. So it did good when he be say they criticize people, make could talk the truth thing where they don't do, and they lie where they don't lie. Now, your style of doing things will not be another person's style of doing things. If your style now say you did radical, you go enter street, you go commercial shirt and all of those, you not go expect another person to drop. The same you, Sowore, don't talk and see there's an unwritten law say Igbo person no go ever be president for inside this country. You said it, Sowore, yourself. That there's you've even said it in an interview I had with you personally. It's on my page. You can go look for it on my page. I posted it as a video. You don't talk for an interview where I get with you personally on my page. Say there's like an unwritten law that an Igbo person cannot be president in Nigeria. So if you know, say there is a systemic marginalization of Igbos in Nigeria, and you want to push an Igbo man to go and do a protest that they come out of him. But if he do not, they go shoot him, kill him. Oh, even if they don't kill him, people may die because of him. So he should go lead people to their death. And he should not perhaps seek for the change he desires in his own way. Because everybody get right to follow what they want at their own way. Let's go ahead and watch that video very quickly, and then we'll move to other issues, news and Wike, and other
Do you think that the Peter Obi candidate that we had in 2023 is likely going to be the same in 2027? I wanted to ask you.
I just don't want to be talking about Peter Obi anymore. But I will say it because it's part of the issues that I raised. My position in 2022, 2023 is what is unfolding now. That contrary to the belief or the impression created that Peter Obi was opposed to the system or is capable of opposing the system, that he's incapable of doing it. I also stated in 2022, 2023 that the Labour Party was a short renter, what they call Airbnb in America. You move in, you check out when your time expires. And that when they are done with Peter Obi, they will move the renter to another place. So Peter Obi, maybe rightly or wrongly, or maybe he's doing it for sure, then decided that he doesn't want to move out of the short renter. And now they got locked in practically out. The reason why it probably got more attention was this. There was this whole debate around the Muslim ticket. So the Christians said, okay, you want to Islamize Nigeria, we want to Christianize too. And who was the best person available to them? Peter Obi. That's what happened. But in terms of opposition, I don't know why anybody calls Peter Obi opposition. Peter Obi is not opposed to anything that the government is doing. Peter Obi did not even organize his supporters to fight for his own election victory, he claimed. He did not fight when they increased fuel price. He has never done anything that opposition people do. Even these terrible people that are in government now, no matter what you say of them, they used to protest.
Yeah.
Buhari protested with his deputy.
Yeah.
And they tear-gassed the man and he died after that. Tinubu, they organized several protests.
Exactly, all the way
they
from...
They were using Amechi them, people have forgotten. Nasiru used to go to DSS, they would arrest him, they would release him again, he would talk. So, you say you are opposition. Do what opposition do now, you can't do. And the only thing you can say is that, oh, there was no need for a protest in 2012. Where are the people? Are they dead? If the people in 2012 are dead or have sold out, what happens to you with 6 million voters? Put them on the street. Even if you can't put 6 million people on the street, put 60,000 people on the street in this Abuja and see how the government would take you serious.
Interesting.
But you are the one, you and your supporters are the ones who are pouring cold water on even any protest. Because you don't want the country to change. You want it to be replaced. You want the Tinubu group to either be replaced by your own group or for Tinubu to assimilate some of, because look at all the Labour Party people in the National Assembly.
Yeah.
They are not decamping back to where they are coming from. They are decamping to APC.
So shameful.
And this is the point we're making, that these guys were not real. In 2023, they were not real. In 2027, they're not real. And I'll say one last thing about them. I think the Tinubu regime enjoys their type of opposition. Yeah. So you see that any time they seem to be phasing out, they'll throw red meat at them because they know that it's the kind of opposition that doesn't pose any threat. These guys are never going to they're never going to threat to the point that they will turn Nigeria to Mozambique, where somebody stole the election and the person who gave the election and the one who stole have not rested. You know, so even countries like Uganda, you know, Bobby Wine now, they're giving hell to the people, the dictators. So you have them here. You say you're opposition leader that is all, you know, attending.
Because okay, all right. So you heard that from Omoyele Sowore himself, and you hear waiting he get to talk about Peter Obi. Well, other parties also did of the opinion that perhaps Peter Obi is a bit too gentle, and a part of waiting will make people like Kenneth Okonkwo say they don't want him, because remember, say Kenneth Okonkwo said he can no longer continue to support him or to work with him, especially in Labour Party, because the man did too gentle. People they expect him today a bit more radical to do things, and me too. I suggested that. I mean, I also shared that sentiment at some point, that if perhaps Atiku and Peter Obi, that time where be say Dino Melaye for inside International Conference Center, when Mahmoud Yakubu be the call, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu be the call the results. If that time Dino Melaye was objecting to those results, Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar as the two closest oppositions being at that time talk say they no want, say they no go agree, I'm sure that a lot of their supporters would have moved. And that is the same sentiment that Dati Baba Ahmed shares. That is the same sentiment that Dati Baba Ahmed shares. Say this will not be the one way be say they go call for protest. 600 people will come out for protest with 9,000 people supposed to come out for. Say no. So that's the same sentiment. Could that be exactly what Sowore is trying to say, but saying it in his own way, differently? Could that be what he's trying to say? Do you think that Peter Obi is perhaps just a little bit too gentle? But then he didn't speak the truth, because I mean, would they yet to defend what someone thinks say be the truth? If not the truth, in one talk like that, say Peter Obi no they opposed to anything this government stand for. That is a big lie. Because even government at different occasions, this administration don't lambast Peter Obi because of the way in they constantly, there is an evidence of how they say they criticize the government. So we're here to balance the conversation, not because of say we're there for anybody, we're for everybody and for nobody. Here, fuel price hike, unfortunate, insensitive, says Peter Obi, and government respond to them, answer them because of this thing. This not be the first time we be say criticize anything we get to do with this administration. You don't criticize him different times. This was when again, I think that was in 2024, and then again to the president. This one was just April this year. APC slams Obi for criticizing Tinubu's economic reforms. Are these not criticisms? Because he didn't go out to the street, so he hasn't criticized enough. Maybe he needs to do a bit more radical, like you. Say every opposition leader did a radical. Unfortunately, Peter Obi is just too much of a gentleman. Perhaps We'll not even need a gentleman like that. We're over gentle. We need to carry on by force. But then let's look at this two ways. You don't the radical since. Which result you don't get for the radicalism? And what result did you get? Peter Obi on the day gentle too since. Perhaps he has not really gotten any result from his gentleness. So we need to find a balance on what we need to really do to get the result we want for the country. Don't you think so? Instead of you to consistently, instead of two oppositions we're supposed to work together to constantly, one of them, because I would not say two of them, they lash at each other, because I never really see Peter Obi insult or talk down on Sowore. I can accept my memory don't fail me, and I please beg you to remind me, and I stand to apologize to Sowore if that ever has happened, right? So I never see Peter Obi lambast Sowore the way we see Sowore always lambast Peter Obi. And it's really very uncalled for at all times. Peter Obi not be the president of Nigeria. Not be Peter Obi make those reforms. So if there's anybody you have to attack, make it be a Tinubu all the time. Yes, you do a fantastic job also doing that at the times that you do it. But then you don't have to always focus every interview you have or every attention you have on mentioning the opposition at all times. It can't be like, say, instead of the oppositions to stay united, the opposition is always there in disarray, they in disunity, fighting each other. Is that what we should be doing? Well, he did have quite a lot of things to say during that interview too. Of course, naturally and typically, he did have other things that he had to say. And then responding to people where they call him student union government and say making go win election first. And he also mentioned that even Soludo contested for SUG president in Nsukka and he did not win. So if Soludo, after contesting for SUG president, because they radical enough, lose the election, then come finally win governorship election, saying him, that means that I'm trying to understand that's what he means. That him or more election one day will also win the election through radicalism. That's what
he lost.
That's all?
Yes.
Wow, okay. I didn't
know
that.
It took him how many years later to become a governor? Because the students didn't accept anybody who was not radical enough, who was not, well informed, exposed.
Soludo go to was it?
As Nsukka is in the University of Nigeria. So this Soludo solution he was using was his campaign.
Is that so?
It's in Nsukka in those days. So a number of these guys. Yes, sure. No, it is. They were together with, I think it was Chima Obani that defeated him.
Okay. Oh, wow.
As the secretary of the student union. So in those days, so many of the guys who are now couldn't win NANS elections or student union elections because the student union elections were very democratic, they were transparent, and it was rigorous.
But the question is, so how did NANS got to that state? When did that decline start?
No, it was under the military. It was Babangida.
No, it was under the military. You were the president.
Yes, but it was during Abacha that they finally got NANS. And they just had been after all the pressure groups in the country.
Right.
They had come after the Nigerian Medical Association, the NBA. They disbanded the NLC,
and rebranded it.
I rebranded it, and they became a transport union instead of workers' union. They gave them buses. So NANS was the last one they couldn't break because we were there. But the moment we were leaving, they introduced courtism. To start suppressing genuine student activism on campus. I was attacked by cultists on campus.
I remember.
A guy in that Obafemi Awolowo University had the most vibrant student union at that time, but we were competing. I was president of the University of Lagos Student Union when Ebuade Borowa, we call him Big Sam, SAN now, was president at
Ife.
Yes. And Mike Guinea was president at Benin. So imagine the quality of students at that time and where we are today.
Yeah.
You will recognize who we were to have led students. So you cannot be a fool and lead students successfully in our time. Students would impeach. There used to be a student parliament.
Of course.
Just so that you know.
Of course.
It is the undergraduate student union leaders that are members of the NANS Senate. The NANS Senate is the parliament of NANS.
Yeah.
So how do you then go to a Senate of NANS made of undergraduate students and you are in front of your grandparents?
Tell us, I don't think you've shared this story nationally, and since it's very, it's in line with what we're talking about, the descent of NANS. What really happened to you? I know that you came to the US and you got some treatment. Can you tell us the story of what happened to you in that repression of Abacha, which is where you said the turning point for NANS descent?
Yes. So what happened was that after June 12th election was annulled, the central opposition in the country was initially made up of politicians. But it is characteristic of them. They all sold out, or mostly. The ones that
was before the formation of NADECO.
Yes, it was also about the time Nadeco was formed. Nadeco was formed, I think, around 1994. Yeah. But we started the opposition against military rule, against
right
military.
after the annulment.
Before the annulment. We did Babangida must go in 1992.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
Even 89, when I was still in school, we did.
Exactly. 89, there was anti-surprise. So
So you've heard that from Omoyele Sowore himself and waiting to get to talk. And now let me post some tweets that people posted under that his comment so that they go see him as he posts that thing where he talks, see what he posted about under the video as he puts that video about Peter Obi. He posted this and then trust Nigerians to come for him. He said that he's not opposed to that Peter Obi tagging Peter Obi. He's not opposed to anything that official APC tagged APC and then Tinubu that are doing that is gullible people that. He said all of those. But let me show you exactly a response the Nigerians gave to him and what my findings were after that response. So this now one of the responses where he gets. So this person said, Brother Sowore is not disturbing that? Is it not disturbing that you keep calling Peter Obi consistently and ignoring bad? He said even the NANS president who called on Nigerians like you because of the problem we be say he gets. So as I'm reading this, I'm trying to go through his page to see where he posted that NANS president's issue. A NANS led by so-called PhD and master's degree career students is no longer NANS, but ASU Revolution. All right. Okay. I define where he talked that thing about that NANS student or post because I know that his media firm, however, posted about the NANS president, the altercation, the fact that the young man is still held under by the DSS, but he didn't post it anywhere. He didn't talk about it anywhere. So at no point did he talk about it because somebody take a money and say, even the NANS president who called on Nigerians like you because he was being persecuted by Sheyi Tinubu, you didn't say anything to that effect. One would have thought you would start from that idea since you went through the same road. But alas, Peter Obi is your problem. So people now started asking him, but please, wait. Where this NANS boy, this NANS president, where he say they get this problem. Rather, what you do now to criticize, say, na PhD holder, now they be NANS president, right? But you did not at any time even talk about the injustice the young man is going through. Now your media company now get an exclusive on say the boy, the man still there under DSS custody or with DSS. And saying that DSS make that confession we make a bit apology we make to Sheyi Tinubu under duress, right? But apart from that, you Sowore, as radical as you are, you didn't say anything about it. Okay, so if your media firm can post that, that means you believe in the truth or truism of waiting your media post, right? Then what stops you as somebody who's radical, who fights injustice, to fight for that NANS guy? Not even because he's worthy to be a NANS president, according to you, because maybe he's not too old, but at least because of the fact that that is injustice against a human being in Nigeria, which is what you stand for. We've seen you fight for a lot of people. You always fight for very dark man. You don't fight for people who abuse government and they arrest them under cybersecurity law. We see you do all that. But this NANS guy is facing grave injustice. If the report made by your own media establishment is anything to go by, and it's true, a young man who said something and has been held till today. I don't know if he's been released, at least, but held by DSS. And then till now, you never talk anything to Sheyi Tinubu. You never say anything to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Say, tell your son, make it tell DSS to release the boy. You never said anything. Why is it that the speech that is always an easy and soft target for you to always come for and always, talk to at all times? So that's it. That's one of the things that happened. But let's move on to other issues very quickly before we get to Siminala Fubara and in brother and in Oga matter, because now Oga and Aburo matter. So since we're still under APC and Labour Party matter, guess what? Julius Abure, led faction of the Labour Party, don't call on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to intervene, making use in minds to intervene on party's internal crisis by restraining Abia State Governor Alex Otti, whom they accuse of threatening the party's national chairman Julius Abure. Now, is this stylishly calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to suspend Alex Otti, since he reigns suspension in Nigeria sometimes, and people don't talk anything about him? Could this be what Abure is subtly calling on, or Abure's team or faction is subtly calling on? Now, what's it that they talk? Now, it's they talk, say, oh, President Tinubu, you don't see now. Like, something they find out trouble, I can't do what you do for Fubara. Could that be what they're saying? Now, they made this appeal, and it was made by the factional National Secretary, Alhaji Umaru Farouk, during a press briefing for Inside Abuja. Today, Monday, today, Umaru claims, say, the governor, Oti, recently called for the arrest of Aburi, an action he described as an overreach and a blatant disregard to party authority. Now, Alex Oti called the IDP to arrest Aburi. Say Aburi na impersonator. Say in time don't pass. In don't pass in tenure. And the Supreme Court don't affirm am saying don't pass in tenure by the Supreme Court judgment where they cause trouble. So if he don't pass in time, what needs to they do for inside that place? He should leave. And that is the bone of contention. And since they tell him to leave, now the problem will be that now. So a con call on the IGP say, please arrest him for impersonation because if they impersonate say he still be national chairman when he no be. And true to the fact, INEC don't also talk, say they no recognize Aburi name because say they still see him as chairman, but because they still they study the Supreme Court judgment. They study the Supreme Court judgment and that they will take appropriate action at the right time when they finish to study them. So that is the reason why you're calling that the president should intervene and do what exactly? Quoting excerpts from that media chat, they said, we are not only condemning this despicable action of the governor who was recently suspended by the party, but we are seeking the intervention of well-meaning Nigerians, including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to persuade the governor from further threats to our party and its leadership, Farouk stated. But you too can threaten the governor and say you've suspended him. Hey, come on. But when they tell you back, he pay you. Why you put like this now? Why you put like this? Farouk accused OT of orchestrating multiple threats against party leaders over the past few months. He recounted instances where party officials were allegedly detained on the governor's orders. Oh, wow, really? I don't know this one. Oh. In the last few months, His Excellency, Dr. Alex Oti, ordered the arrest and detention of our National Vice Chairman, Comrade C.K. Igara, the state chairman, Prince Ndubweze, and the party leaders for holding a lawful meeting in Abia State. That's so Farouk talk. He further alleged that during a meeting held at Transco Abuja, Oti made threatening remarks against Aburi and the National Working Committee, vowing to bring about doomsday for the party's leadership. Now remember that the Alex Oti you're talking about is, I'm not an Alex Oti's fan, but remember that the Alex Oti you're talking about is the leader of your party because now you hold the highest position for your party. And the way they do party structure, person will get the highest position, now you're automatically the leader of your party. So if you act, say, made them torture, I mean, made them reprimand leader of your party, then where lies the party's leadership? Please excuse me, I want to ask a question. Who exactly is bankrolling you guys right now? Because if on a day in a loggerheads with almost everybody will be elected official for inside on a party, then who be the people where they fund the party? Because most of these party people, them, the House of Assembly members, the House of Rep members, the senators, the National Assembly members, they are generally the governors. Where they now them supposed to fund the party. Now so they do them for the dirty Nigerian politics. So who funds you right now? Then he said the Abure-led faction expressed disbelief at Oti's recent media statement, where he reportedly described Abure as a clown in search of a crown. But when you asked that he should be suspended, in fact, you did not just ask for his suspension. You also announced that the Nigerian Governors Forum should take note that he's been suspended. What was the implication of what you tried to do? That they should take note that he's no longer a governor, or maybe not just no longer a governor under the platform of the Labour Party. And you talk something, person reply you. Why you can't take a person now? Can't they go call Baba to come help you? You're not supposed to call Baba now. In response, Farouk stated that as of 2022, the governor joined the Labour Party after being rejected by virtually every other political party. Abure was already the national chairman, a king who made Oti what he is today. Oti has not added value to the party, but made him. That the party that made him. Oh wow. Alex Oti no add value to the party we make him. But he became a governor under your party. And first of all, I don't think Abure made him. No. Abure did not make him. The people of Abia State who voted for him made him, not Abure. Because even if Abure admit him or adopt him into Labour Party, and The people of Abia State reject and say they no go vote for him. They no go vote for him. Remember how Professor Oti, the lady who presided over that election, fought to ensure that Oti's name was announced as the winner of that election. Remember how she fought? How Magomago won't happen? The woman say lie, she never go anywhere. Say lie, she no go anywhere. Say she never been known to play Wayo before. Else it would have been Enugu's case playing out. Remember what happened to Peter Mbah's case? How Labour Party was close to winning it and then something else happened. That's exactly what would have happened with Alex Oti's election. If not for Professor Oti, Nena Oti. So if there's anybody where we say Alex Oti actually owe gratitude for doing the right thing, not because Nashi vote am in, for doing the right thing, it is Professor Nena Oti, not Abure, not anybody. Do you understand? Just as on a no, Labour Party, na SPV, where people they use the win election. So the person where they truly owe thanks to, now the people of Abia State will vote for him. Now they go thank. Why again I say I am not Alex Oti's fan. Okay, he's doing well, but I am for everybody and for nobody. But let's see the truth and call it what it is. How can you say that because Abure helped him and adopted him into the party that Abure made him? No, Abure did not make him because Abure did not vote for him. Okay, how hard did Abure fight during the election to make sure, say, Nena Oti no change the results? What did Abure do? How hard did he fight to make sure that Nena Oti did not change the results? If Nena Oti was sold out, I don't know if any other person did so, what would have been Alex Oti's fate today? That's not the question one I'm going to ask. In fact, if we further accuse Oti of abandoning the party's leadership after winning the governorship election, adding that the governors failed to support the National Working Committee members who attended his inauguration ceremony, calling it a one-chance experience. Oh, wow. Oh, I see. So the governor abandoned the leadership after he say he used on a finish, get election, said to Governor Oti, why? Governor Oti, why? Why? If that is what you did, allegedly. Why? If that is what they mean, allegedly. Why? Now, the faction went on to allege that Oti's sanctions are part of a broader scheme to stifle life out of the Labour Party ahead of the 2027 general election in order to pave the way for what it described as already known preferred destination. So Oti get a preferred destination. But I think at the end of the day, I think say if these two people then come together, they go mean well for the party, because I'm not sure apart from except the Abure's faction, they give them plenty money. I don't see anywhere where we say this fight could lead. Because if Labour Party gets the power where it gets today, if it carry that same way to it carry for 2023 inside 2027, it is all the best. It not a win-win situation for both the people who go contest under Labour Party and the so-called National Working Committee members, if they will not be reinstated or re-elected. The only thing that people are asking for is for the right thing to be done. You know, go continue to use a tenor where don't expire, continue to use them, and then instigate yourself and continue to perpetuate yourself. You know, go do them now, if that is what the bone of contention is. Well, he did say quite a lot of stuff, and Farouk addressed the Supreme Court judgment, clarifying that the court did not remove Abure as the national chairman, nor hand over control of the party to Oti and his supporters. He reiterated that the Supreme Court ruled that the party's leadership matters are internal affairs and not justiciable. Okay, the Supreme Court's position was clear. Matters of the leadership of the party is an internal affair. That's what you talk. But if not internal affairs, then, and by internal affairs, your tenure don't pass. As your tenure don't pass, why you won't continue to stay? And then the majority, especially majority of elected members in that party, are saying they don't want you to continue to stay. Why are you still staying? Or why are you not at least, okay, why you not step aside, make another person conduct an election? We go bring another person to power. Or maybe we'll go reinstate you to power. Now you want the power. Now you won't conduct waiting to bring you to power. Is it good? That's exactly what people are saying anyway. And that's the interpretation of all of this. Okay, so that's it. Let's quickly move to other issues very, very quickly. Tompolo talk say, okay, let's move to Tompolo's issue out very quickly. So Tompolo, the EFCC don't finally respond to a matter. A video of Tompolo being make the round over the week when he say him be the dance and with plenty money, did he spray money, and EFCC come to talk say, okay, sorry, Nigerians were not saying that, so you people people will not hold Tompolo now because he is a friend to the president, or he's amongst the powers that be. Abi, and I make on no go hold them. Abi, if na another person now, on I go come for the person. If another person do this one now, on I go do this one, or I go do that one. Well, the EFCC don't respond to the matter as it gets to do with Tompolo issue, and they had to say that that Tompolo has an issue to answer. In fact, not only Tompolo's case, because people still reminded EFCC about Shade Okoya's Oga Razak Okoya children. Say, why on I never still call them to order till today? Since EPC didn't do that, it wouldn't do. Why on I never still call them to order? Why it they hard for to arrest them? Why EPC and other individuals now on the arrest? Now here is a video of Tompolo dancing and being sprayed money. You see him as it happen. So it dance, they spray them that money. So now this is not the response from the EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. They don't say Chief Government Ekpemopolo, aka Tompolo, saying get questions to answer concerning a viral video clip where show as in they dance and they engage, they touching leg on top of Naira. Say that one, the Naira abuse. Reports that Nigerians on Sunday dared the commission to arrest Tompolo like he did to others made the round. So people carry and go social media, can't tell them say on arrest them now. If on no say on get mind to arrest them now. So EFCC can respond through their social media handle say nobody is above the law. Tompolo has questions to answer. Would you also call on the sons of Okoya to also answer those questions? That's not the question where people they ask. You can also call on the sons of Okoya to answer the question, because even the orderly way follow the young men was questioned. Then the young men themselves, nobody do them anything to today. Is that fair? Is that justice? That now we've seen a lot of people they ask. But if you like say Nigerian justice get eye, if you reach some people's side, you need to work well. If you reach some people's side, it will work. But let's go down to the show. The main business of the day we get to do with Oganye Wike, the amiable and esteemed former governor of Rivers State, and of course the minister of the FCT. So yet again today will be the 12th day of May 2025. Oganye Wike hold another media brief today. Say they do this thing from time to time to talk about things where they happen for inside the country. And today again, he hold another media round where he addressed some issues for inside the country. But let's look at the things that he addressed. So first of all, he said he confirmed that the suspended governor of Rivers State, Fubara, begged him for reconciliation. Wike said he visited with two APC governors and begged him. And he said he told him what to do. Right. And people come, they ask him. So there was something I noticed in that media chat. When media people, they ask him, say, waiting be the condition for peace, so ABC give media people. The way he give Fubara, the way he even hushed them, the way he even spoke to them, and it just took me aback. I'm like, okay. Okay, let's just watch, and then I would like you to follow me.
Let's talk about you talk as if take the necessary steps. Let's talk about you talk as if you are not. Is anybody who's under? Hold on. Is anybody who's under 18 here? Hey, Governor, what do you have?
All right. So did you hear that? Hold on. You talk as if. I beg make una no vex. See the reason we make I do this in what they do now, because I they try compare how things they done in sane environments and our place, so that our people go begin imagine how things they happen for places where we see things they happen normally, so that they go know what thing they suppose expect from people where they government. I beg no vex for those of on away they outside the country. Any minister go fit they talk to press people like this. I mean functional places, so Europe, US, Canada, and all that. I beg a minister go feel respond to press people like this in this manner. I don't want to say with such arrogance, because people go say after all he's paying them to come there, if truly he's paying them. So what could be the reason why Wike had to respond to them in that manner? Make I play that area again before I play the full video. Make understand. Waiting go feel make Wike respond to them in that manner where you say you respond to them.
Let's talk about you talk as if you are not. Is anybody who's under? Hold on. Is anybody who's under 18 here?
Okay. All right. Hold on. You talk as if. So clearly he was trying to evade answering the question directly. Now, the work of the journalist, when they see a person, they meander to won't answer question, to ask them direct again. In fact, do they even see people, they probe people? That's why people, they like Chris and Amampo them and all that. They make them go ask people questions. They probe you that they almost like get into you, right? And nobody, they insult them or talk down on them in that manner. So why is this a problem? Well, let's make a play the full footage of waiting happen for inside the event and the things and when talk will be the condition for peace. We say it
the president has called for peace severally. Not peace. I'm coming. I said the president has called for peace severally.
All right, so this response, he gave this response when Ibi say, then ask him question on waiting Ibi say, Ingo fit do to use, waiting Sim Fubara need to do to use for peace to reign or to appease him in some Wike. And instead of answering the question directly, the first thing he said was that the president has called for peace severally. The question was, waiting be the thing where they need to do to use bring peace. And he said the president has called for peace, severally. And again, they asked him, say, what peace? He said, hold on. But let me play all of it so that I can hear watch everything.
I'm coming. I said the president has called for peace severally. And I cannot sit down. And one president has called for peace. He said, don't want peace. Yes, he came. He came with two governors and one other person. Unfortunately, the two governors are APC governors, unfortunately. So I will not pursue him. And he said, he wants peace. Fine. I want peace. Right? Have you forgiven me? You see, that's the problem you will have. A man came. There are steps. You see, I don't understand how a man came. You would think that this thing is just just say to us, I want peace. Then you go, and peace has come. What that means is that there's an open door, an open window for you. Take the necessary steps to show really you want peace. Indeed, this is a self-inflicted injury. Doesn't need it. When this thing started, I called him. Sheyi Makinde was there. Otom was there. Ibasu was there. Ubayi was there. And we were scouting. We started that look. This thing is not good for you. God has given you this thing. Why not humbly and don't allow people to push you? They are telling you to act, you're a governor. We know. Nobody is taking it away. You're a governor. But also mind you, that people labored day and night. And all I have said, don't abandon people who have labored, who have toiled day and night. They say, oh, we can try to control, demand money, this and that. I'm sure all of you will have that opinion. There's nothing, they have a television called Arise, who just, without even facts, they are noted for it. They push him and push him. Governors can push him. And where are they now? I think those governors are enjoying their own. You see that? You don't need to happen to that kind of problem. This was a young man. I said, look, go this way. You will not have problems. People came, don't marry him. Assert yourself as governor. You are started now. Trouble has come. People push you. Look, they declare state of emergency. Who wears the shoe knows where the PTC. Who will suffer? Okay, assuming now you don't settle this problem, and the state of emergency is called off, has the problem ended? Has it ended? No. One, assembly will still be same as they have been. So the council will still be there. They will not pass a budget. You won't get money for the federal allocation.
So when he came for the meeting, did you give him a time for peace?
I cannot. You came with people for the first time.
Yeah, did you agree or follow up?
I will not say follow up now. Why do you talk like that? You came and said it's good. Now, what does it mean? I haven't done that. You take the necessary steps. That's what you do.
I like the fact that we've been able to see this. Now, I like to state, as a journalist, I know, say, to call press people to carry their cameras to mobilize press people to carry their cameras from their different stations to come to you at each time costs a lot of money. I am not saying directly that Wike paid all the media houses where they always sit down with them for chats, but I know, say, as a media person, to call person to come cover work as camera, carry camera, come like this, come listen to you. This now purely, it costs a lot of money. And besides, he's talking about his personal business. So this kind of interview, for better make it get them for inside their office. If he did their office, then it is totally free of charge if he come their studio. But for him to get this interview where he say he always call them, made them come. At each time this kind of interview take place, trust me, a lot of money they go down. Because now the normal thing. It's not because it's a crime. It's just because they will mobilize themselves. They pay salaries. You understand? They have to survive. So before you start blaming media people, just know that this is what happens. Then again, I don't understand. He don't call this kind of meeting very, very often. Which kind of money will it be, say, the FCT capital to spend? We make they go call this kind of money, or maybe not from his personal coffers and his salary as a minister. Now they call this kind of meeting all the time to take place. Well, you don't hear what's in talk. Earlier in the week, Sim Fubara yesterday, I think it's a video that I posted earlier, so you can check that out. Sim Fubara being talk when in talk say when he made a talk for inside the night of tribute for late Pa Edwin Clark, Conde talk say, as a matter of fact, saying don't even tire. So that for people who are always who are his supporters, who think they're doing things for his own interest, say whether they think say even he still wants the governorship again, that his mind and his spirit has left that place. He talked about his frustration. He again, to a lot of people looked at him like he another arrogant guy, because he say you. Some of you here, your hearts are dark. And all of those. But let's just take a little bit of an excerpt of what he said. But there was something Fubara also said that I noted in the video that I took, when he said that make una live a life where it be say, if tomorrow una children come out, your name is mentioned by your children, the name will bring blessing and not curses. Who was he referring to? Or was
we're here talking about a man who spent his own money to go to court for me. A man who gathered people to say, fight for Fubara. But some of you here, your hearts are dark. I've never met him one day, but he stood by me. He supported what he believed in, injustice.
Could he be talking to Wike? Could he be talking to Wike?
We should live a life that when we mention our names, when our names are mentioned anywhere, it opens doors for our children. It doesn't bring cost to our family. I am the one wearing the shoes.
Do you think if you hear a Wike son's name right now, you go happy, you go get jubilation? Could that be what he's trying to say?
There are some things you will do rather than bring peace for me. It spoils my peace process. It gives me problem. So I'm cautioning everybody here. Do you even know what I'm interested in? My spirit has left this place.
Take the necessary steps.
Let's talk about
you talk as if you are not. Is anybody who's under? Hold on. Is anybody who's under 18 here? Hey, Governor, why would you have to ask me what I necessary?
Oh my goodness! Sincere apologies. Forgive me. I didn't know that I wasn't heard. So Sim Fubara, you don't talk the one way you talk, and people come they talk say if to say now you wait be say you spend your money contest for the election, If now you will contest for the election, spend your own money and all that, would you wake up one day and say that you don't want anymore? Would you wake up one day and say your mind has left? If you face torture because of saying that you spend the money, do would you just wake up and say, oh, I'm tired, and my spirit and my mind has left this place? You know, go just wake up, talk, say your spirit don't leave now. You go want fight on, you go want continue, you go want do something to keep them on, right? So Oga, call the spirit back, let your spirit come back and continue the fight, because somehow you get to continue that fight. Because a lot of people don't also make enemies because of you. You see, the way politics is for inside Rivers, let me explain to you guys. Yes, Wike and Chibuike Amaechi started one of the most dirty politics in Rivers State. For those people who don't understand the history of Rivers State politics, one of the most, I don't want to blame them entirely, but at them start. See, it was so bad that during that 2015 period, two brothers could not even eat in the same plate because of these two people. Two brothers no go eat for the same plate. Their two brothers may not talk to each other in Rivers State because of one was for Wike, one was for Amaechi. It was that bad. And this is exactly what is playing out again this time around with Fubara and Wike. Why does it have to be like that? So it can't be like, say, since we be say Wike enter inside state politics, not local government. Since it be saying enter inside state politics, there's been a bit of division in Rivers State, because now waiting people don't they liken them to be. If you're from Rivers State and you understand the Rivers State politics, Tamono, if you hear me, you did there, you go no. So you go fit help me talk. If you're from Rivers State and you understand the Rivers State politics, you go no, saying that waiting don't they happen for Rivers State be this. Where it be say there is a lot of bitterness and animosity among brothers, among siblings, because of political interest. This now waiting they play out for inside Rivers State. Since it be saying some wicked enter inside state politics for inside Rivers State, it started happening in Rivers State. Where it be say since that within that years of Wike and Amaechi case, because of the thing or the vile or the wickedness of Amaechi towards Jonathan, people were very angry that how can you be wicked to your own brother and friend? People were very angry with him in Rivers State, and people no grief for him. And the thing caused a lot of wicked, animosity. And Wike was the favorite person then. People supported Rivers. People supported most Rivers people supported Wike at that time against Amaechi, because Amaechi was throwing support for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Buhari then. A lot of support then for Buhari. And I make when they say Bola Ahmed Tinubu says I made Buhari, people go say then what role did Amaechi play? Because Amaechi went through a lot, even lost support of people where they're very close to him because of the love where he say he gave Buhari at that time. And now that same thing don't they play out again when it be say a lot of enmity don't they for inside Rivers State because of which faction which person belong to. Well, let's watch further that interview when they ask him more questions and we take
the necessary steps.
Let's talk about
you talk as if you are not is anybody who's under hold on. Is there anybody who's under 18 here? Hey, Governor, why would you have to ask me what are the necessary steps?
What are the conditions you gave?
What conditions? What are the conditions?
The roadmap you gave him to follow.
Let me tell you.
Okay, so you heard that. That was clearly like say they try the evasive of the conversation, like say they try run away from the conversation, and the press people try to hold them down. They try to dodge the conversation. They be want to know those conditions, because I want everybody to get something clear now. Till today, both Wike and Fubara, they never see tell people waiting they cause their trouble openly. Waiting we just they hear and waiting we know na insinuations from both ends. Nobody don't know the exact thing, the exact conditions where Wike go don't give Fubara where cause problem, or the exact disobedience where Fubara disobey Wike where they cause problem. Nobody know exactly. And again, I like to blame a Fubara very well, because how can you be with somebody like Wike? You were with him for a long time. You see, say even Dele Momodu talk and say he puts media people for retainership. Millions of naira now they take to pay people monthly so that they go there at your beck and call. Anytime when you call them, they go feel answer you. It takes millions of naira to keep people in that kind of retainership, right? And then say in the person where they're very outspoken, and you too need a fit talk. You will not even say anything before the media. Because if it was a Wike that was involved or in the shoes of Fubara by now, Wike for don't sing, if you don't reveal everything will happen, if you don't talk so that people will get sympathy on them, if you don't if you don't go to the court of public opinion, if you don't do a lot of things. But Fubara is not talking. Now some people go talk, say, maybe na the oath way swear. say no go talk be that. But even if you swore an oath not to talk, and you say the oath self, don't they won't kill you. You go get to a point where it be say you go also come out, come talk. At least we heard that something like that played out with Chris Ngigi in Anambra State. At some point, he talks, yeah, I go talk. I get to talk. So why can't you open your mouth and talk? Why can't? Because right now, everything what we know is insinuation. And of course, you can see from this interview, Wike was evading the question. In no great talk, speak directly to the main reason where the real conditions where he be say, he give Fubara. Let's listen to the end, please. Thank you. Sorry, apologies for cutting this, but however, he gave hints on what those necessary steps are, and I picked some of those hints, but I hope that you also noticed them.
Let's talk about
you talk as if you are not. Is anybody who's under? Hold on. Is there anybody who's under 18 here? Hey, Governor, why would you have to ask me what are the necessary steps?
What are the conditions you gave?
What conditions? What are the conditions?
The roadmap you gave him to follow.
Let me tell you. I told him, I said, look, I don't think you have the capacity to really make this peace because it's not easy. And that's why when I read what I read yesterday, I felt so bad. I said, well, why? If we are making peace, there are people are demonstrating every day. If you are making peace, there are people are busy on television insulting people. How do you feel in that case? No, that's what I'm saying now. That's the point I'm making. At least you have not tried to take a step to say, look, I'm not a party to all this thing that you are doing. Do you understand me? But that's not enough to say you have really, you must take steps. Have you made assembly people? There are leaders you should meet. I don't know what I'm saying. It's not to say, I want this. Yes, you must show by conduct and by action that indeed, look, when I was chairman of council, some leaders of the party tried to balkanize and tried to impeach me, right? Impeachment is a constitutional provision. So I sat back. I'm a politician. I sat back. I called our team. Look, what do we do? We stood to conquer. All people say, we don't go agree, we don't go agree. They are not there. You have to use your head.
The belief is that it is you that will have to hold his hand and probably hold his feet to the ground and take him around that path.
I've never seen the kind of politician that you are. Is that how you play our politics?
You made him.
You made him how?
You were the one who introduced him as the governorship candidate.
Other people have taken, listen now.
So if he's in trouble now, it is you that will have to hold him and navigate all the paths.
Listen to what I said. When you hurt people, it's not a one-day thing.
So you still feel hurt?
It's not me. You see, that's the problem you have. When you say me.
Yeah, you symbolize.
Hold on.
You symbolize
that is the mistake you make. The day you lose your leadership is the day you think that you can take decision on behalf of people. Don't dare it. Make sure everybody is part of what you are doing. And how is everyone part of what you are doing? You have the Speaker of the House. Have you made an attempt to talk to Speaker? Let it be that there's no inroad. You understand me? Then that propels me, say, what's going on? Have you seen people? Look, I've done my best. I've told them like this. They have said like this. Then somebody will now come in. Not just somebody wanted to say we want peace.
You told the governor all of this.
No, I'm asking you. No, the point I'm making is that I had a problem when I was council chairman. That they have organized for councillors to impeach me. I didn't sleep. I called my team. Impeachment is a constitutional provision. It's not a coup. I didn't wait. I had to move in. I said, listen, the way we understand is not what happened. The way you know, that's how it is. This one is even more dangerous. Listen, let me tell you. That's why you should not listen to people. This one is even more dangerous. When the Supreme Court has come out in a judgment to say you have no budget and you're spending public money, is it more dangerous? What facts do you want anybody to present again to any panel? That's why you must go all length to say, listen, yes, I may have erred, but we must move forward. They will ask you, how do we move forward? see what I think to do. So they will not tell you, okay, but we don't think like this. Even this, we think that to trust you, that's how these things happen. Then they must see in reality that they are not being used just to hold time. That it is really indeed that you want to confirm. Yes, he made a public statement yesterday, which I feel for him. Ordinarily, you don't need to be under this kind of situation. If he had listened to people who put themselves down in spite of odds and said, no, we will use him. And then you cannot come down. Within 100 days in office, what kind of pushing anybody will push you?
Okay, all right. So when I don't hear waiting in get to talk. So Blessing, I see your message. You said Peter Obi started it. Peter Obi started it, but not to the level of the kind of animosity where Amechi and Wike on course for 2015. Trust me. Peter Obi time, that bitterness, that's vile between families been no day like that. Waiting Peter Obi own being at the introduction of using states funds to support presidency, maybe with the hope of getting something. That's what people were saying then. You understand? But not that division. You need to see the level of division where Amechi and Wike ambition caused for inside River State. I said it was so bad that brothers, sisters, relatives were not eating. They were not talking to each other. They no fit talk for years. For years. They know they talk to each other. Why? Because of these two people. And now that is what is playing out with between Wike and Fubara on now. That is exactly what's playing out now. People are wary of each other. Siblings are wary of each other because of these people. And at the end of the day, they would make good. Now he said it's good. He said that, he's sorry for him. He pity for him for waiting he get to go through, but he need to do the right thing. Now let's speak some things he said. He said he wanted to make peace. Has he gone to see the state assembly? So that means one of the conditions now say he no go just come beg him. As him beg him, as Wike, as Fubara come beg and crawl for ground beg him, he should also go and crawl before the House of Assembly. Has he gone to see the speaker? He should also go and see the speaker and beg the speaker. Now let's get something clear. The speaker, Martin Amehule, as the governor of the state, even though Martin Amehule may see himself as a superior politician to the governor because of he start politics before the governor, and the governor was a civil servant at the time when he start politics. But the governor is an executive of the state, right? And he at least he didn't respect what he be say in need and he supposed get. But guess what happened? This governor, at different occasions, according to him, tried to reach the speaker. And the speaker did not pick his calls. Remember when he said it? When he won't go past the budget. When he talk, say he don't call. That his calls were not returned. It was not picked. It was not no get response. So that is, if now you, Wike, you don't talk to person like that, person will treat you like that. Would you go back and apologize to that person? Sometimes it's good for us to have a taste of our own medicine. Make we know as it's in the format. So that means one of the conditions now say, you not just come and beg me, you also go and beg everybody, including the House of Assembly members. How possible is that? Perhaps that's the reason why Fubara get to admonish people, say, may they know they go ginger again on his behalf, because that ginger need to help him. Phone lines are open. Just like someone rightly noted, while we're busy taking all these calls and talking about this, the president has been busy commissioning, swearing in INEC commissioners. And some of these INEC commissioners will be say they swearing in. Remember, say people don't complain, say that people will get political interest or affiliation with APC. Remember, say the Delta State Commissioner, na person when they talk, say na formal assistant to Godswill Akpabio. The Edo State own, you already know what's happened with Wike Abi. Another one don't they sworn in. Make I take this call. Hello, good evening and good afternoon and welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you.
I did dance.
What's gonna make you dance?
First time caller.
I know get shakere for you, no vex. Welcome.
I know they follow you from VOP. Don't pick my call from VOP. Don't pick
stop
my
it, I like it. Thank you.
My name is Kenneth.
Kenneth, you're welcome. Where did you call from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Lagos. Yeah.
You're welcome, Kenneth. Go ahead. Sir?
You see this problem for River State? You know, I agree saying who did this start them?
I know talk say you don't understand me. So I think we're getting it wrong. Look, I have been a journalist for over 20 years, and I think I served almost 15 years of my life in journalism in River State, or at least 12 years of my life in River State. So I am very aware. I'm not talking from an ignorant point of view. I'm not saying Odili did not start. I am saying the politics of bitterness and anger and division to the level where it reached for 2015. Not be all the list starts that one.
And I will still differ. Do you know why?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was in Port Harcourt. I was working in Port Harcourt in the early 2002. I entered Port Harcourt 2002. I was there till about 2007.
Okay.
And you know this guy Wike.
Mm-hmm. He was a local government chairman during all the least tenure.
He was local government chairman.
Obiakpo local government chairman, precisely. Go ahead.
Yes, in Port Harcourt then.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the role what did he played in his life.
When he talks saying he danced, he said publicly that he knelt down to thank Odili.
It was Odili's wife.
I'll beg Odili. Mm-hmm.
It was Odili's wife that brought him in. You understand? And during the period where Odili tenure the end, Odili supposed to carry this thing go, this thing, Ikwere side. But they prefer to bring Omeha.
Why they do like this now? Now when you make us say you know they understand what you talk. Do you know that both? No, just calm down. Do you know that both Omehia and Amechi are from the same Ikwere? As a matter of fact, the same local government area. So what are you saying?
You know, Omeha no contest election now.
But I'm just telling you now that as much as Odili may have had his favorite person, but now the same people, the same place, now he bring them come from.
Odili didn't do the right thing by bringing in Omeha.
Mm-hmm.
That was even this same weekend. Now he push and make.
I know now. That was the reason why courts upturned their primaries. Now remember saying that Amechi election be the first election we bring. Okay, I think second election we introduce the Supreme Court reinstating somebody. Do you understand? I think after Peter Obi, I can't remember now. I be the first one.
It was before Peter Obi.
So do you remember? So that's it. Nobody is disputing that. I am not saying that's not correct. It is correct. You're correct. But I'm talking about this politics of bitterness and hatred. That's where BC reached to cause division among family members for River State. You see, Amechi and Wike started. That now
okay, now allegedly, this factional PDP chairman in River State.
Okay, which of them?
This factional one with the support Fubara.
Okay.
What's it called? You see, this man, he talked something. Say the kind of money where Odili gave this guy Wike that period. Now he give Wike the power for that to fight this incumbent governor then. And when Amechi don't look and say, this guy don't live, he gave Wike.
Odili give Wike, Jonathan give Wike. Because now Jonathan be the supporter and them. So that means in 2015, Odili also supported Wike against Amechi.
Before 2015, Odili gave Wike 150 million allegedly. That's the word of this former.
While he was a local government chairman.
Yes.
Okay.
He gave him this money for him to silence this guy Amechi, so that Omeha will continue being the governor. So now this 150 million now Wike can use fight that case
for Amechi. Yes, because Amechi was even in exile in Ghana, in Ghana when Wike helped him fight the case.
Odili empower Wike.
Thank you.
With that money. So now when these people, when this guy now don't enter, Amechi enter, he make Wike chief of staff.
Yes.
So,
but you also know saying that he stopped him from being chief of staff because at some point he was becoming overbearing. So he can't move him. He can't move him as chief of staff. Can't appoint him for presidency as minister of state.
As person we push case for him with his money. So this weekend now was entitlement that won't finish him during that period. It was like the second governor.
Kindly hurry up because people are waiting.
Okay, sorry. Let me look. It was like the second governor of River State then. When I mention now, don't go say, I feel like say this guy power don't they pass my own. Now you can nominate him as minister.
Just so that he will leave the states. You know, not saying that greatest undoing be that.
You understand? So now he's now going to this thing now. After Amechi, this power now supposed to go Riverine side.
And I want to make Amechi bring the Kuku Peter side now because he's from Riverine side now.
Now, because of this person now, patient now won't control won't control the states. You can't go bring Wike.
You think it was because Patience wanted to control the states. That's what you think, but it's okay. Just wrap up very quickly. Just wrap up.
Now waiting.
That was not exactly what happened.
That was the reason.
No, that was not exactly what happened, my brother. But it's okay. If that's your interpretation of what happens, it's fine. Remember that Amechi swore that he was going to see the end of Jonathan's political career. It's probably he didn't even talk and say that him end Jonathan's political career. He says it, so this is not a false allegation.
Because they were using Wike.
I'm coming now. Even before using of Wike. Do you understand? Because of the altercation he had, him and Patience Jonathan had, and the role her husband played. So now, out of that anger, she too go empower Wike to help her fight them. Do you understand? So it's not because she wanted to control the states. No, it is not true. So please, let's get things clear. But it's okay for you to believe what you want.
But you still know that this same Wike now coming on board, now he made Jonathan lost that election 2015.
God, just finish it. That's not the reason why Jonathan lost the election. But just go ahead and finish. That's not the reason. That's not the reason why Jonathan lost. Jonathan lost the election because Northerners were against him in every way. And then he can't get a lot of saboteurs for inside PDP. Why? Because what's he make Northerners day against him? He did 2 years of Yar'Adua's administration, complete 2 years of their brother. And as he complete 2 years of their brother administration, then vote for him for one tenure, where he do 4 years. He won't constantly do another 4 years again. Do you understand? That means he would have been a president for 10 years. Northerners no agree. So it's good that we give people right information, right? Thank you. Thank you so much.
But even 2011, when Jonathan contested, Jonathan knew they get that election from North. I think Jonathan had that support from South in 2015. He will have still won that election.
He would have had, he would have won. But not only him. Now the likes of Amechi, Saraki, even this Atiku. In fact, that is one of the reasons why Wike is very angry with Atiku. Now make it like saying a personal vendetta with Atiku. You understand? Because at that time, Atiku left PDP and went to support Buhari and brought Buhari into government. As he said Buhari not be waiting in think. 2019, he came back to the same party again and still collected the ticket. So now you see Wike's own side. So sometimes when we look at this, let's also put ourselves in the shoes of the other person. If now you too, you go back to the Wike.
I understand you very well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Anything they do, don't forget the TV word.
What's it with that?
They could not die for their war.
No, we know they die. You know they see everything while they talk now. Allegedly, now them say, now according to them say we cannot die. So our work is to open people's eyes, make them know what's they happen for the country. Sir, thank you.
Good to hear your voice.
Good to hear you. Thank you so much. Well done. All right, phone lines are open. Let's quickly jump in on the conversation. Tracy say you be sabo. Say not be smart at all. ITK. Well done. Thank you so much, all of you. I appreciate you. And yes, phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your calls and reactions to these conversations. We'll come back live again by 6:30 this evening. But when we come back this evening by 6:30, I'd like us to focus on some things about Burkina Faso. As I told you before, Sowore friend and lawyer Dija Deyonju posts something about Burkina Faso president or leader Ibrahim Traore and talk say in the clamp down on journalists them where they report about waiting in the do. And then David Hunde responded to him and told him that same newspaper where he post this thing about where write this thing about Ibrahim Traore wrote something about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's drug case. Why you no see that thing about that drug case me you talk about? Why it be say that this one where Ibrahim Traore do? So you never at any point posted that drug issue in your page. Why is it this one that you're talking about now? And then we'll look at it and also look at what people call the social media work where BC Ibrahim Traore do, because I did some digging about some people where don't go Burkina Faso, see what in say the president talk for where they saying they do for Burkina Faso, and then I would like me to highlight some of those issues and other issues where BC they come up for inside the country. We'll go talk about them. But for now, phone lines are open. Let's just quickly jump in on the conversation. 0817029477. That's not the number to call us. So use Putma for inside the matter where they ground. 0817029477. Or you can just join the link, follow the link, and it will the link waiting inside the pin post, it will bring you straight inside the studio for you to jump in on the conversation. And just while we talk, I'd like to let you know that President Bola Tinubu today, Monday, don't swear in 2 commissioners of Independent National Electoral Commission and 2 members of board of the Code of Conduct Bureau. After their clearance by the Senate, that is, the Senate cleared them. Now, the president performed this swearing in of the new appointees during the Federal Executive Council meeting, FEC, today. The 2 INEC commissioners sworn in are Chukori Yusuf, representing Northwest, and Sunday Aja, representing Ebonyi. Ikpeme Indem from Cross River and the retired Justice Baba Nyaure from Taraba were equally inaugurated as a CCB board members. So that's now what's happened today as it be. And okay, so phone lines are open, as I said earlier. Meku, I saw people in my room the other time, and looks like they've been booted out. You can kindly join the conversation and just dropping your thoughts and reactions on what we have discussed so far. I will bring you more conversations later in the day, but at 6:30, as I said, 6:30 on the dot, we will get into things we be say. We will talk about concerning that Burkina Faso matter, right? And then with other issues trending in the country. All right, at this point, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the conversation. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for always supporting. If you never go and like this post now. Put your offering by liking, or go and like the post. Share it, like it, comment. Share, like, comment, I beg, just like it, share and comment. That's the best thing that you do for us, so that people go fit see these things them, and they go fit, see what's in they happen for inside Nigeria. So kindly go like the post, share them, and also drop your comments and make people for fit hear them. We'll come back again by 6:30 on the dot, hopefully, to bring on a more matter than really happen for inside Nigeria, and then we'll also take a look at African stories. And don't worry, very soon I'm going to have a particular time I go on air, as soon as I'm able to employ people to help me, because this can be really overwhelming doing this by myself because of other responsibilities that I also have. But I'm taking it one step at a time. I love you guys, and I want to say a big thank you for your unalloyed support and your continuous support, even with my staggered timing. I see that you're always there for me. I appreciate you guys a whole lot. Thank you for this painful baby step that you are enduring with me. I appreciate you. I promise you it's not going to last for 9 months as pregnancy. I promise you. This painful baby step will not last for 9 months. I promise you. Before 9 months, we'll go deliver this pekin. That's not the assurance I give on that. Thank you. See you later in the evening by 6:30. That's about in the next 1.5 hour. Dear Apat. Thank you so much for joining us. So enjoy the rest of your evening till I see you very shortly. Do have a good night. Bye.